welcome to this week's vlog. First things first is I started off today. Today is currently the 16th, I think? 17th. It's Friday, May the 17th. It's 8:35 a.m. I literally just finished Sword Art Online Book 2. When I first got the book, I think I got about 5 to 7 pages in. I sat down and I decided to finish reading this today. My book came apart. Literally while reading it started to come apart. Kind of made me sad a little bit, but I think it's just the heating of the glue. I don't have the little special book machine that they have, but it'll be fine for now. Maybe I'll take it to like a local library and have them heat it up, because that's literally the only thing wrong with it. That little piece gave out. But book 2 was great. It had a lot of twists and turns. As for language, I know in the last book there were some parts that didn't click to me, as in like time of events. We still got some of that here, not as much, but some of it. For instance, there was a moment where there was, I guess, some some conversation going on between the characters, and we quickly like jumped from it, and I'm just like, wait, what happened in between those 2 pages? Basically the same issues as before. It's just a sense like the book gives a story of something happening in between pages, yet we don't see that. And they kind of like gloss over it. I don't know if it's to save time or whatnot, but it's just like, don't mention it if you're not gonna tell us. Like, for one instance, Monroe, I think that's how you pronounce his name, might be saying the names wrong. I don't do names very well, but Monroe ends up finding something in a book, and he shows her, and she's like, oh my gosh, yes. And we don't see what's in that book. We don't see that. So for a couple pages, I think just for 1 or 2, we have to infer. And it's annoying because I go back and read to make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm not. It just didn't infer. And it's stuff like that. And sometimes we don't even get the information. It's just like, okay, well, something happened, but I don't know what exactly happened. That happened in the last book. None of this one, though. This one, we pretty much got everything we needed to get. It just didn't happen in a comfortable timeline, if that makes sense, in a smooth timeline. But other than that, great book. I will definitely get the next one. I'm definitely gonna buy it. It's not basically my pet peeves about the book aren't stopping me from continuing the series. I don't know when the next time they'll be releasing something. I do know it's probably gonna come out because, like I said, in the French version of these books, because these books are from a French author, they already have a ton of books out. So I think they're just slowly translating them to English. So I do expect that to be too long away, because it's not like they're rewriting the whole book, to my knowledge. They're just retranslating it, probably redoing some art, maybe, and stuff like that. But I know that's coming because there was like a to be continued story little page here. I think it's right there. The end for now. So like we'll be getting something else. But really liked it, loved it. It was great. I give it, out of 5 stars, I generally give it about a 4.5. A 4 to a 4.5. And for the first book, the same rating. It's a very nice book. If it didn't have those weird timeline situations, that, hey, maybe I'm the only person that's noticing, maybe I'm the only person that's at least being bothered by it. Maybe it makes sense to other people. But for me, that's the only reason why it's getting that score. Other than that, it would give a 5 out of 5, probably. Storyline's great. It has a lot of twists and turns. You think you know something, and you end up not knowing it. So it's great. That's my thought on that. Okay, I'm currently cleaning the fish tank. It really needed a deep clean because the plants are just overgrown. So currently have a whole specimen cup full of, I forgot what type of floating plant this is, but which I do this every couple of months. Really get in there, remove all the extra plants that are everywhere. It's normally never the Java fern or anything, which is very thick and voluptuous right now. It's normally just always the floating plants, because they're everywhere. And I'm not going to remove all of them in this one swoop. I'm going to have to fill it up because they're kind of like stuck, because they're obviously wet. They're stuck all on these things, so when I fill the tank up, they'll float to the top, and I'll remove the rest of the majority of them then. But just for now, I'm trying to get a nice amount off while the tank is dry. Also in the background, I'm listening to Dracula, and I'm just finished chapter 1. I'm currently on chapter 2. My book should come tomorrow for it, so I'm really excited about that. Update. I'm trying to zoom in and zoom out with one hand. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that, clean this up, and then I'll get back. Hi, so I'm here to interrupt. Obviously, I'm trying to show you my beautiful shrimp, but also there's something in the background that calls for your attention. So little Corey up there was one of my I'm not gonna try to say his name. It's their species starts with the PUN, something like that. He got really injured. He or she got really injured, as you can see. So basically, long story short, I have a sponge that goes over my in-tank on my hang on the back filter to prevent small fish like the emperor tetras getting sucked up, right? So it fell off during the water change, and he got stuck in there. Don't know how long he was in there, but he was stuck in there. I noticed him because I was going to go clean that little black sponge back there. That's the sponge I'm talking about. And I noticed him back there. I tried to get him out. He had injured himself quite a bit. And like an idiot, I decided to try to use tweezers to grab his tail, damage his tail. I was like, okay, that's not going to work. So what can I do? Mind you, it wasn't like a little, I couldn't just flop him out. He had got himself in there, but then he was kind of turned sideways. And like Corey sometimes do, they kind of spread out, like a lot of the catfish do spread out. So their little spiky little fins and stuff kind of wedge. There was no way of just like pulling him out. That's why I tried to use tweezers. So then I was like, I'll cut the sponge. And I didn't want to do that at first because it was really dark in the center of the sponge because he was deep down in there. And I didn't want to accidentally cut him. So it was a long, scary, and delicate process because also I couldn't cut while having a camera light on there because I needed two hands to cut. But we got him out and didn't know if he was going to make it. But long story short, he's a lot better now. He's swimming around doing everything great and fine. This was like moments after the accident and the correction of everything. So he's doing a lot better now. You'll see some footage I think later in this vlog about it. If not, you'll see it next vlog. But he's swimming, he's eating, he's doing great. Hi, here again, trying to give a little bit more clarity because this whole segment was kind of weird. Anyway, I was on Amazon trying to find more books because they had this whole one on, and I was interested, and I want to get more into classical authors. Now, after doing some research, I found this book title because this was after I bought the Dracula Special Edition that was supposed to be delivered the day of me looking at this book right here. So they advertised me this book. I did some research, figured out that this book inspired Dracula. Never knew that. So obviously I was intrigued. It was a decent price. It was a pretty cover, which a pretty cover always wins me. And I was like, I'll give it a chance. And I decided I would listen to at least a chapter. That's what I'm going to try to do now. Like, if I can find the audio versions of the book, especially for free, I will just try to listen to a chapter or two before I make the plunge to buy the book, especially when there's special editions. So that way I can know, like, if I really like it or not, before, spending money on it, But long story short, I enjoyed it. And thus far I'm actually almost done with the book. So I went ahead and ordered it, and you'll see me unbox that later in this video. But yes, that was the little segment of this. I have a small amount of updates on the terrarium. So I relocated a lot of the little egg carton that was in here. Took a lot of it out and removed it in put it in different locations. And I added some terracotta plants that I forgot that I had plants in at one point, but Sabrina decided to eat them, so we don't put plants in them anymore. And they make cute little additions to the terrarium. Maybe that small one should be down here, that big one should be up there. I don't know. I kind of like where this one is, though. Yeah, I don't know if I got footage of it or told you guys about it already, but there's definitely baby isopods in here. Orange Priscilla scabers. It's a little dry on that side. It's pretty moist over here. But I weirdly see them on the drier part mostly, so I think they're fine. I'll miss this side down just to be safe, though. So I'm also currently editing this week's vlog, which is the previous one you would have seen before this one. I feel like I'm losing footage. I felt like I've been on an uploading hiatus, mostly because I just haven't been in the mental space with the energy and anything like that to want to edit. Now that I have the energy to edit, my footage is gone. There's stuff I remember filming and it's nowhere to be seen. Nothing crazy or anything, so it's not like we're missing out on too much, but nothing to be seen. I don't know where it's at. I don't know where it's at. Anyway, editing this week's vlog is probably going to be short. Probably actually going to be a lot of music and maybe some subtitles. They're going to do one of those really aesthetic shopping video vlogs where the person doesn't speak at all. They just kind of have subtitles that pop up every now and then. And it's just music in the background. I think I might edit one of those. Make it really quick, cute, and simple, but I'm not sure yet. I'm also trying to plan out what I'm going to do with Hollis Fright. We kind of been on a hiatus from that project since about 4 months ago. That's the last time we uploaded something, and it was a podcast episode. I mean, kind of go figure. I knew that during the majority of the year, mainly during spring, late winter, and summer, I was pretty much not going to be doing anything. The entity is not going to be doing anything, only because it's Halloween based. But I need to like spread out the horizon, and so as somebody who likes to have spooky and whimsical and that type of aesthetic all year round, I kind of want to move into the next branch of that, which is doing like stationery stuff. Well, not really stationery, but just paper made stuff like stickers, prints, digital content, as in such as like digital downloadable art and stuff like that. I would love to do a lot of that. I just don't know when. I don't know when I want to jump into that field. But I'm probably gonna get some art commissioned, work with an artist, get them to. We're gonna do a lot of talking like I did, basically with my logo, and really just dive into it and commission some cool stuff. Okay, a couple of hours later, and the package has arrived. Oh, I don't want to cut the books. So I told you one of the items that I already ordered. I don't know if I told you what the second one is, honestly. It's really cool. The second one is really cool, and I wanted it. First seen it last December, and I was like, I'm gonna rebuy it. I'm not gonna buy it now because I had just did too much damage on my credit card when I had first seen it, because it was Christmas shopping, and I was Christmas shopping for my dad and my grandmother, and I was just like, because I had already did my mom and my sisters earlier, and I was like, yeah, we're not gonna do it. And I was like, I was in Target and I seen it. And I was like, but I'll get it in the future. I'll add it to my Amazon cart so I won't forget about it. And I'll put it in my save for later. And eventually I'll remember it and see it. And during this book sale, I did. I finally jumped the gun and bought it. Because I remembered it exists. Ooh, okay, hold on. I have to put this down. Give me 1 second. Okay, don't mind the aquarium noise in the background. Actually, that's my cat's water fountain. Either way, don't mind it. I completely lost the footage for not lost it, accidentally probably deleted the footage for the actual unboxing. I literally have the beginning of the unboxing, but not the end of the unboxing for the first unboxing for the Dracula book and everything else. So, I thought I would show you the book so you can have a great idea what it looks like, especially since it's a special edition. So, don't mind any of this. The shelf's kind of a hot mess, but it's still organized on what need to read and what not need to read. First things first, I'll show you this one first. This is my Nightmare Before Christmas recipes to die for. This is from the Beetle House cookbook. There is a restaurant somewhere in New York that is Beetle House. I'm sorry, I'm struggling to think. That is Beetlejuice inspired, and they created this cookbook. If you can't get to the restaurant, it's a great cookbook that has some of the dishes that they create. Hopefully that made sense. It's late. Either way, looks like this. I'll show you one recipe. Well, not one recipe, but I'll show you just one page from the book. Cool. Fun. Pretty. Hopefully I didn't spoil the recipe. That's great. Okay, so that's book number 1 that I got. The next book that came in that shipment is my special edition Dracula. Isn't she beautiful? First of all, this is that soft touch paper that feels like velvet, that feels like a smooth material, but it's paper. Love that. Foil detailing. Love that. This is a fabric, almost like a velvet. Actually, it might be a velvet or some type of material. I don't know, it's really soft and it's like a fabric. One of those fabric papers, but this, I don't know if you can tell, but it actually has texture. Red velvet. Different texture. Dracula. Little girl, lady, person, back of the book. Beautiful, beautiful red. Beautiful spine. Sprayed edges. Bat sprayed edges. She was on sale during the Amazon book sale, where books were up to 60% off. I think I've seen some even 70% off, but I think they're advertising up to 60%. She would have normally been $40 US, and I think 60 Canadian. Yes, 40 US, 60 Canadian. Focus. And we got her for $23, I think. I think I got her for $23. She was lovely. So far, I've read up to chapter 2 of it. We'll get into that. And then obviously, which you'll probably see later on this video, I did get Carmilla as well, the book that inspired Dracula. I got her. I'm up to chapter 7 in here. I'm currently on chapter 7, but I'm up to chapter 7 here. This is a way thinner book than I thought it was going to be. I don't think this is a special edition. It's just a cool edition. It's the most interesting one I've seen for this book. Yeah, those are all the newbies. Well, most of the newbies. The last newbie you've seen in last week's vlog, which was this one. My Hilda Beast and Spirits book. That's up here. But yeah. So I just want to include this footage update. He or she was just swimming perfectly fine like 5 seconds ago, like literally from the back of the tank up to here. There was no lagging. Every now and then you can tell she gets a little tired because she kind of does like a little momentary thing where she just like kind of levitates. She gets on the plant, so I guess you can have easier access to the top of the water. But she's swimming normally for the most part, and she's not breathing heavy anymore. So I think she's losing a little consciousness right now. She's okay though. I would tap in the glass, but she seems to try to relax up there. I think she might be okay. Like, yeah, like she's readjusting herself. She wants to be up there. I think she might get it through. Yeah, like she just swam away. I didn't get any of that, did I? Yeah, she just swam away. Like she's getting in. That's some of my new fish. Those are some of my new fish. The cherry barbs. Love them. I have 5 of them in here. I think I might get another school of 5. I need to get another school and finish all the rest of these. I love that while I was listening to that book, the package decided to arrive. So yes, this is me unboxing Carmilla. I keep saying Camilla, it's Carmilla. And yeah, the book got here. It's pretty, it's wonderful. I don't really know much more I need to say about it. Along with this package, I also went ahead and got some, what are they called? Cat nail clips, covers, stuff like that. Don't mind my camera case in the background, but yeah. So yeah, that was the order. I want to let you guys know Rough Tail is swimming. Okay, so Rough Tail is semi-thriving. You know, she's a little rough. She's a little rough, but she's doing a lot better. She was down at the bottom today swimming and doing what her little catfish friends do. I'm really zooming in on that. Which is just about 3-4 days after the incident. She's doing great. She's swimming around. She's moving. She's acting like a normal catfish. She still looks a little on the rougher side. But she's healing up. She's eating. She's no longer floating and weirdly toppling over. Like she's got it. This was me trying to count all the shrimp I had. I literally thought I only had 2 shrimp. It turns out I have like at least 7 up to 9 that I can see. This is me trying to point every last one of them out, and then I had a dilemma because I thought I found more. And one of them looks to be pregnant, so more could be popping up. But yeah, great things. This is pretty much the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next week. I think Halloween stuff will be starting very soon. Michael's already released a Halloween thing that I didn't even know about. Like, I didn't even know they released the Ellen Agarpo line again, because they released it last year, but I think this was a continuation of the line because there was some new stuff out. Didn't even know about that. So I might hit up Michael's later on this week to see if they have any of this stuff, my local one, have any of the stuff like lingering around. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. There's more back there. Oh, they're all the same ones? I think it's all the same ones. Okay, wait, right back there. There's one there as well. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, and then up here is 7. Yes, I think that's all. I don't think I'm missing anybody else. That's 7. And I think one of them has eggs. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, there's 7 in total. I just counted all of them over again. I don't think I'm missing anybody. Actually, yes I am. Because I don't think that's the blue one I was looking at earlier. Because there's somebody right here. There's a big one back here, but it has more of that reddish, brownish look that other one just had. I have between 7 to 8 to 9 shrimp, okay? That's the final math. Also, on the little guy that had the messed up tail, she is right here. She is right here. She was just swimming at the top. She is doing fine. She looks obviously she still looks a little rugged, but as in swimming patterns and breathing, more than fine. She's acting like everybody else. As you can see, like she's cleaning off. She's searching the debris like everybody else is doing. I'm really zooming in my bad, like everybody else is doing. So she's doing just fine. And I'm happy about that. So I believe, knock on wood, that she'll have a full recovery. One of the shrimp looks pregnant. I don't know if I can get that one on camera. It's one of the big girls. I just don't think that one that I pointed out earlier was one that I pointed out, so. There's a ton of shrimp here, which actually makes me scared, because like moving would be the devil, because how do I ensure that I get most of them? There's so many plants in here, which is benefiting them a lot, but yeah. That might be the big blue one. Two of them are fighting back here. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but right in this crevice, like that's that big red one that I did not know existed. I'm messing it up. It's down in there somewhere. Is that it? I really can't tell when I'm looking at the camera. Yeah, there you go. They're fighting up in that little crevice. I think that's one with X. And I think that one right there, I can't tell from here, but it looks to be a red one. And then there's one that's like that one that's around that size, but she's solid blue for the most part. But yeah, there's like at least 7, possibly up to 9. But yeah.